Always great catching up with my next guest, Jordan Wright, who's back in action. Big fight here, October 15th against Dusko Todorovic. Jordan, how's it going, man?
It's going well, James. Couldn't go any better. Feeling the best shape I've ever been in, and yeah, feeling amazing. How are you?
I am doing well. Like I said, good to be talking to you again about this fight. It looked like you got a full camp for this one. When did you find out?
Uh, Maybe about like the 10-week mark, 11-week mark.
Oh, wow.
Actually,
Okay.
you know what? I think I was told, yeah, told about like 3 months out from the fight.
Wow. Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
extra long camp for this one. Do you like that? Some fighters don't, because then it's like, too long of a camp. But I mean, I guess it's better than, say a week's notice or something, right?
No, I mean, I'm always in shape. I'm always training. So, it's really cool when I can get far enough out to where I can just manage, my body and make sure that I'm not going into camp fully like basically peaked and ready to go, or I'm like totally not prepared at all if it's too short notice. So I really like staying in shape all year round and staying in the gym and always learning and stuff like that. But it is cool to get a full 8 weeks to just focus and get my diet right, get my mind right, and just peak how I need to.
That's good. And safe to say then you would have liked to get in there a little bit sooner than this date, or is this the right amount of time off?
No, this is perfect. This is
Okay.
perfect. I was really looking forward to fighting again after the last one. So yeah, I'm totally stoked with how it's all panning out.
What did you take away the most from that last performance that you're bringing into this fight?
I would say a big part is I've always gone into a lot of my fights not really focusing too much on the person, but I was training that whole fight camp for a southpaw boxer, and then I got more of a orthodox brawler, which it's fine. It's fine. You have to be ready for anything at any time. But I really did. I think I got more caught up in fighting Kopylov than I probably should have, because then when they threw Barrios at me last minute, I just should have been more prepared for a whatever happens is going to happen mentality. And that's what I've taken into this next fight is like, I don't care who they throw at me. If someone else steps in, because that's how it is in this sport. You might
Yeah.
not always fight the guy that you sign up to fight for. On top of that, my diet, I've been working with the fight dietitian, Jordan Sullivan and Jack Doherty. Jack's been my main guy for this camp, and it's been really awesome having more professional help with my diet, my supplements. I'm sleeping better. I'm training better. I'm just in an all-around better mood. Like getting close to the fight, I feel like I've always depleted myself a little too soon before, and I never really fully recover from weigh-ins. And honestly, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in, and mentally, I just feel ready to go. I'm ready to tear this guy's head off.
That's great. So what are you eating now that you weren't eating in previous fight camps? Like, what do they have you on?
Well, it's like I was doing a lot of the Icon meals going into the last camp because the UFC hooks us up with Icon.
Mhm.
And it's cool, but a lot of those meal prep services, they taste good in the beginning, but over time they're just ass.
Right. Yeah.
And in my opinion, I really think to be at the highest level, you can't just settle for regular meat, regular chicken, regular, like, I've always felt better if I'm eating like free range chicken, organic
yeah.
chicken, organic eggs, grass fed steak. That's when I feel like, holy crap, I'm a superhero. Like,
Mhm.
I don't need anything else aside from this. Like, I feel fully recovered and fully amazing. So staying on top of that, I got an air fryer, and that's changed my life because cooking and cleaning has always sucked. I don't know if you've ever used an air fryer, James,
No,
but
my mom has one, and she makes stuff on there all the time, and I love it. So that's why I'm always going over there because it tastes
dude,
amazing.
it just makes eating healthy so much easier. It's like a
Yeah.
microwave, but it's
Yeah.
basically like I can throw raw chicken in there, and then 10 minutes later I'm eating a full meal. It's absolutely fantastic. So a big shout out to them. I'm very happy that aspect of my game I no longer have to worry about, because like I said, I always make the weight, but it's doing it properly and then rehydrating properly that it's always been an issue for me. So yeah, I feel fantastic, and I'm leaving no stone left unturned.
No, I'm good. The reason I asked is because I just finished 30 days of doing animal based. So I just basically ate like meat and meat and honey and fruit and raw dairy. And I feel amazing. And that's why I was going to ask you about what you're eating. Because same thing, like I incorporated some grass-fed stuff in there too. And I'm with you, man. I don't think anything tastes better than a grass-fed steak, in my opinion. It's awesome.
Dude,
So
if I could eat one food in the world, it would probably just be grass-fed steak.
Yeah.
All the time, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I've never tried the full-on meat diet. I know that's getting a lot of praise these days, but I still love me some rice. I like some fruits and vegetables here and there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are swearing by it now, and it wouldn't be something that I would be opposed to trying eventually. Just at this point, I don't know if I can do that yet.
No, for sure. You need some variety. Like, I definitely agree. It was getting a little monotonous. That's why sort of going forward, I'm going to add in, chicken, salmon and all this. But I mean, I've lost I think 15 pounds. It's crazy, man. Like, it's just the weight just, flies off. And that's also because you're not having processed food. Like, I didn't have any pizza or any of that crap. That stuff's terrible for you, man. It really does.
It's horrible. It's
seed
horrible.
oils, all that stuff. So
I'm not going to lie. I still enjoy some pizza and ice cream here and there. But if that's your main go-to, like, come on. And that is one thing that a lot of people don't realize is like animals are so like adaptive to their environment and the shit that goes in them. So if you're eating bad quality meat, it's going to turn you into a bad quality person. As much as, oh, you're just a hippie. I can't believe you would say something so like outlandish. I grew up on McDonald's and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, but a lot of people are dealing with a lot of health issues and things that could have been avoided. Like, I'm not always like fruit in my everything has to be organic, but when it comes to the meat, primarily it has to be organic and good quality now, because you can definitely feel the difference without it.
And you can just tell the difference too. If you look at like the grease you use in regular ground beef as opposed to like organic or grass fed, it's like there's not as much grease. That's the easy telltale sign, I think, is that you can tell the difference. Anyway, so people don't think this is a food show or nutrition show, I should say. Let's talk about Dusko.
Well, this is how you be healthy.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're exactly right. 11-3 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
So I think I match up great against him. I know he's got a lot of experience. I know he's he's a black belt in Taekwondo, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But it doesn't matter to me. I've seen a few of his fights. I'm gonna beat this guy.
Training camp, anything different? Who are you mainly working with? I know a lot of up and comers, but that's good because you get the variety, right?
Yes. Been working with a lot of the same guys. Lucas Drews, Hunter Hackett, Sky Barkin, Darian Thomas, Marcus Gottlieb, Sean Crenshaw, Wyatt and Garrett Boyce. But I also been working a little bit with Daniel Sarafian. He was a former
of course,
UFC
I remember
fighter.
him. Yeah, he used to fight at welterweight.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. Really, just powerful little Brazilian guy. You cannot get lazy with him. As soon as you kind of put your hands down or anything, big overhand comes. Super good on the ground. Very experienced. So I've been working with Daniel here and there.
You just named a whole crew there, a bunch of guys I would not want to see in the back alley, right? So
yes, absolutely. And yes, a lot of them are kickboxers and up and comers. Some of them are doing MMA. But because I split my training up. I'll do a lot of kickboxing with kickboxers, and I'll go to a jiu-jitsu academy for jiu-jitsu. Primarily, I train at Dynamics, but over at Morumbi with Fabio Leopoldo, that's where I do a lot of my jiu-jitsu, and they have a lot of really good guys there. Jonathan Hernandez, who was he was an undefeated MMA fighter as well. I think he's going to make his comeback sometime soon if he can lose the weight. But he's a pain in the ass, really good wrestler. High level black belt. So I've got great training. I've got no complaints here.
Good stuff. And you mentioned the weight cut. How have things differed this time around going into this fight with the new diet and everything else? I'm not worried about it. Worried about it. I used to be worried about it before, but now my weight's better and I'm eating all the time, but I'm just filling my body with a lot of good stuff, filling just the healthiest foods I can eat, and it's really showing in my training. I'm not getting tired. I'm maintaining my strength. I'm just I'm ready to tear somebody's head off. Love it. How's this fight playing out? I know you're a guy who doesn't like getting paid by the hour, so I imagine we're expecting something quick here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Dusko's got a lot of experience, but I definitely see myself finishing him.
As a middleweight, I don't know if you've been paying attention to Bo Neike. He just won on Contender Series on Tuesday, and now he's already got his UFC debut set for December against Jamie Pickett. Have you been paying attention to him at all? He's the outstanding wrestler that's come over to MMA.
No, not really. I've heard, because I have a few friends that, you know, they wrestle, and they were telling me about him, and like, oh, did you see him on this or do that? Like, no, I don't really know much about him though.
Okay, no, like the honesty there.
Cool. That's pretty cool. I think he only has a few fights though, right?
3 fights, and he's already in the UFC. Yeah.
As cool as that is, and I'm sure he's happy about that, I think it would have been much wiser for him to pick up a little bit of momentum outside the UFC, get a lot more experience, because, you know, they're only going to throw you better and better and better and better guys, especially with the name that he has. I think he will have hoped to have had more experience going into it. But
well, you know, I recommend you watch his fight on Tuesday, because the guy he fought was a CFFC champion on the regional scene. He was 7-1, and he's a good opponent, and Bo just steamrolled him. So that's kind of why I think people want to see him get to the UFC, just to see how he does, give him a guy outside the top 15, and then, you know, see if he passes that test, and then maybe we can continue this. It's almost like a Chimaev with what we're seeing right now with this guy.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess I should probably check it out.
No worries. No, I've just figured, because it's your division. And downtime. What anime are you watching right now? I know that's kind of on the downtime right now. What have you been up to?
I haven't really been watching a lot of anime, but Griselda and I just watched the newest season of Cobra Kai.
Oh,
and my God, awesome. I cannot believe that show keeps getting better and better and better and better. I'm like, going into it, I was like, man, this show can't keep getting better. Like, they're gonna have to end it soon, because you can't have it on for too long. But yeah, watching the newest season of Cobra Kai was awesome, and yeah, super cool. Funny enough, I never watched also The Wonder Years growing up, and recently she and I started watching that.
It's a great show.
Man, this show's cool. I can't believe I missed this, like, my whole childhood. Yeah. So yeah, I've been watching Cobra Kai, Wonder Years, you know, reading books here and there, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Did you see the cameo in Cobra Kai with Eric Anders, fellow UFC middleweight?
Eric Anders, Tyron Woodley, and Stephen Thompson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, of course. Yeah. When are we going to see you on that show? We got to get you in there. You're a middleweight.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know who my manager needs to talk to or anything like that.
Listen, once you get the mic after the UFC fight, you know, put the word out there. Maybe it'll go viral, and we can get you a spot on there. I think that's your best bet. So.
That'll probably be my best bet. But you know what, James? I'm not a beggar. I'm not a guy that, you know, this is what I do. This is what I love. If they want to reach out to me and put me in the next season, that would be cool. But I'm focused on my fighting career. I don't really want to take too much time out of it to focus on anything else right now. But, you know, it would be nice. You know, in fact, after my Jamie Pickett fight, Yuji Okamoto, the guy who plays Chosen, actually reached out to me on Instagram and commented and said, "Hey, man, amazing fight. I love that you bowed afterwards."
That's awesome.
I was like, "Yo, dude, I freaking love doing the new season of Cobra Kai. I love you, man." You know, so I know some people over on that side, they're thinking of me right now. So it's cool to know that.
It's gonna be a great fight, man. UFC Fight Night, October 15th. Anyone you want to thank before we get out of here? I'll give you the last word.
Yes, I just want to thank my team. I want to thank my dietitians, Jordan Sullivan, Jack Doherty, my manager, Ricky Cottonsteady, my coaches, my mom, my girlfriend, and my dog. He's over there chewing on a bone. But yeah, and I want to thank you, James. Thank you for the opportunity.